What's up, guys? LarriWhyte back with season two. We got a special guest today. This is the interview segment. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is King Kai, straight from New York, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Audio
sir.
engineer, producer, and rapper too, and a writer, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Okay, cool. So let me talk to you about this. I kind of want to get to know you outside, like outside of music. What would you really want people to know about you? But not just the producer and the artist and the writer and the rapper. What do you want people to know about you?
I'm very big into sports.
Oh, okay. All
Especially,
right, now we're
yeah,
good. All right, now we're on topic. All
yeah,
right, all right. I
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
All right.
Matter of fact, I'm trying to get some, money with some parlays and stuff like that. So,
Damn. All right, all
yeah.
right.
But
So you
yeah, I used to be into like, even like growing up playing a lot of basketball and things like that.
okay. All right.
Um,
So what do you be putting parlays on? Because I've tried the betting thing and I've lost too much money. I was like, fuck it, I'm done.
You know what it is, man? It depends, bro. I think you should really just really focus on the stats more than
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
games
right.
because you never know what's really going to
That
happen. A
is
lot of
true.
teams be looking good on paper, but when
Yeah,
it's time to play,
yeah,
that's
you're
not
right.
right.
Yeah, bro, I
Especially the
know
Suns.
what.
You look at the Suns this year, it's
Yeah,
been a very mediocre year for them right now.
yeah,
And they
they got
got
a
pretty good.
weird. Yeah, they got a weird situation. I've been hearing somebody said the other day, but they said KD's trying to leave again. I'm like, bro, if you don't keep
Yeah,
your ass on one team,
I
like I swear to
know.
God, like I know he was like, I don't know, I've heard different things, but he should have just stayed with Golden State. Like that was the perfect
Yeah.
situation. I mean, he was winning, and I think the biggest thing is like obviously KD's like one of the best, but like I think it was because he had Curry and Clay and Draymond, so they were all like getting big heads. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like that was part of it.
Hey man, I'm still hurt from the time that he went to the Golden State Warriors. That
Yeah,
time, yeah.
yeah, bro. That shit that did kill me. I'm like, bro, out of everybody, really just
I know,
overloaded their
right?
asses. Like, really?
Crazy.
Oh, I know. So who do you watch? What's your favorite teams? Like,
My
who's your?
favorite team, I gotta go with the Knicks. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? It's been very hard as a
yeah,
Knicks fan, but I love them, man. I used to watch them a lot with my father and stuff like that. And I
okay.
just grew up a Knicks fan, you know what I'm saying? Just growing up in New York. And then I ain't gonna lie, I did jump on the bandwagon when they had Kevin Durant on Brooklyn.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That was short lived. That was short lived.
yeah, very
Very
short-lived.
short lived. What about football? Football.
Football, I gotta go to Giants too.
All
I gotta
right,
go
I
to Giants.
respect that. See,
Yeah.
I'm from Ohio, but ever since I was little, my dad raised me on Pittsburgh, so I'm a huge Steelers fan. Obviously, if you
Mm.
can't tell, so I'm like Steelers, Pirates, and then basketball. I'm a Celtics fan. I don't know where that came from, but
Oh,
I love
really?
the
Got
Celtics. Yeah,
you.
I love, bro. Every when we used to have Rondo and KP and fucking
Oh,
KG,
yeah.
bro, Glenn Davis, dog. Those were my days. But I
They
mean,
won a
we got it.
championship with that team.
Yeah, we're solid this
Yeah.
year. We got Porzingis and Holiday and fucking Derek White's balling out with his new haircut. So it's like,
I know,
fuck it,
right?
bro. Fuck it, right? But all right, for sure. Let's get into your music a little bit. So you talked to me. You said you went to school for producing.
Yeah.
Did you want to start? Like, did you really want to go to school when you were growing up for producing, or where'd the love start?
Yeah, man. So it's funny how that came up. Like I said, I was really always into sports, you know. But growing up, I was in a musical household, especially my mom. My mom is very gifted and she could sing her ass off. So
Okay.
but it was like she was not a typical mom. What I mean by that, she grew up with a lot of hip hop and rap, and I'm not just
Damn.
talking
All
about
right.
the 80s and stuff, you
Yeah.
know. So she grew up with her brother,
Okay.
and basically throughout that whole golden age of era that they say and stuff like that, the 90s, she was like basically a teenager. So 97, she was 17, 98. So basically a lot of Nas,
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan,
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
even their solo songs and albums and stuff like that that I listened to growing up. And I loved it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I loved it because it was really authentic. It
Hmm.
was different too from hearing all the radio stuff too, which wasn't bad, but you have
Yeah.
a whole different perspective on music.
Definitely.
So when I was 4 years old, actually too, my great grandmother she gave me like a Casio, like a
Hmm.
piano,
Yeah.
and I was pretty good on it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not
Hell
to toot my
yeah.
own horn, but yeah, I
Right.
was pretty
Right.
good
That's
on it.
right.
And then I never got a chance to really, improve or take classes of it because growing up in New York is already very expensive and stressful.
Right.
So I just, used to just play around, listen by ear. But then the piano got old and started messing up. It wasn't until high school that I really started picking up back on music again.
Mhm.
I wasn't that great in sports at that time,
Right.
so
Right.
I went to I took piano classes.
Okay.
And so from there, I was, learning like Zaytoven and Beethoven, other, musicians, and I wasn't that bad. I actually got
Yeah.
pretty good grades, but it wasn't something I wanted to keep on doing, like,
Yeah.
practicing like just the whole
Right.
time in class. That shit was annoying, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
So I
I feel
just,
that.
yeah, man. So, fast forward after that, my friend actually got me into well, not producing, but audio engineering.
Okay.
I think the first DAW that I used or saw was Logic. Well,
Okay.
at the time it's GarageBand, but it
Yeah.
looks
Right.
like Logic. But
Yeah.
I started using not using that, but I started watching him use that and did some raps of my own, and I liked it a lot. It was a
Yeah.
great vibe, and I'm like, this is not hard. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 2020, it's fast forward even then. That was a crazy year because the year before that I just graduated high school.
Okay.
So 2020 was a year of like, well, just getting out of high school, what am I going to really do in my life? So I actually had
Yeah.
time to really think on like what I really wanted to do.
Yeah. Because that was a COVID year, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what.
man.
Okay. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
man. And I was in Arizona at the time and
Okay.
everything was locked down. It wasn't
Yeah.
like the city part either, so I didn't have
Yeah.
shit to do.
Right. You were just chilling.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just a time of like, all right, I need to do something in my life, but I want to have fun with it, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I was always looking up on YouTube like other producers' beats and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, if
Yeah.
I could make my own, that'd be so dope, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
So luckily I came well, my dad helped me with that time going to RRFC. That's my first school I went to. And that was
Okay.
actually I took those classes online, at
Oh.
the
Okay.
time because everything
Right.
was shut down. Yeah.
Right.
But I just really, like I said, I stuck to it, got better over time. And 2 years later, yeah, 2 years later, I went to New York back again
Oh
for
yeah.
SAE Institute. And
Okay.
there I learned how to, really start mixing and mastering, spoken to, legends even like that was my teachers like Dan Grisby,
Okay.
he worked with this and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. That's dope,
yeah,
bro.
man.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. So do you now I want to ask you, how big of an influence do you think, or how big, how now hold on, let me rephrase this. How do you think you grew as a producer going to schools like that? Like, how do you think that helped you grow where you are now? Like, what really, kind of helped you get to where you are now?
Yeah, communication skills a lot, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And growing up in New York, well, I moved from there, but going back to there, helped me just experience a lot, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just with communicating and like I said, just being more of like social, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
definitely.
as a producer, audio engineer, you need to make sure that your clients is always, well checked on, give them the
Yep.
right, attend to them, you know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying, as much as you can. And that helps with, like I said, basically customer service and just, founding a foundation or a relationship on building that, you know what I'm saying? So
Definitely,
a
bro.
lot of the times music is about talent and stuff like that, but you have to network as well, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that is definitely what I experienced, and just making sure you continue to, grow with it as well. People all have different music tastes as well.
Yep.
So you always want to make sure that, you do the best of your ability that you can with everyone. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? If they ask for something, do the best of your ability that, to can do it. A lot of the times when you're working with big artists too, and this is what they told me, is that sometimes they want some shit that's not even really added, needed for it.
Right. Right.
you know, it's the best. You tell them you do the best that you can for those
Yep.
situations. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But yeah, I definitely learned a lot from school, just to have better, communication skills and stuff like that.
Definitely, bro. That's dope. So speaking, I know I want to talk about this a little bit. How hard do you think it's been on you? Because I know from, you sent me the little background info and you said you're from New York. You seem like maybe not by choice, but you moved around a little bit. Do you think that's kind of
Yeah,
been tough on you, and like, to adapt to certain places and change so fast?
you know what it is. It's funny you say that because I've been learning as of even recently, just to enjoy the experience, enjoy
Yeah,
the
definitely.
journey, because I've been different. A lot of people stay in one spot their whole
Right.
entire life. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I've been chasing this, destiny, this dream, and it's coming, it's good, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because what I've been realizing is that, I have time to keep on expanding. I'm growing at the same time,
Definitely.
I'm not worried about the overnight success. You got to keep on putting effort and effort and effort
Yep.
and effort. So,
Yep.
with that being said, I don't mind the struggle because it's all going to pay off at the end of the day. That goes for anybody too, that's
Oh yeah.
watching. It's 100% the truth, man. And I mean, sometimes it's gonna feel hard as shit,
Yep.
but as long as you keep on putting that effort in, you will succeed, man. I'm
Definitely.
telling you, it's a process, but you got to trust the process. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Definitely, bro. I respect that. I think the hardest thing for me right now, and you speaking on that, is like I told you before, is like just trying to balance everything out because like I got work and I got this, and then I just got well not kind of, but I got into like I don't know if you get on TikTok much, but I kind of been posting like little like since I'm big into the Steelers, I'll post like clips and do little
Yeah,
videos. So I'm trying to like balance it all out, and it just
yeah,
sometimes, bro, it's so exhausting. But I mean, I'll get it. It's just I have to figure out that balance, and I think
yeah.
that's a lot of what people's problem is too. Sometimes.
And I feel that, man. It's funny too because I'm not a big TikTok person,
Right, right, right.
but yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But I've been trying to figure out like how the algorithm works, like,
yeah,
even
bro.
for
Oh
me
my god,
recently,
the
just
algorithm
trying,
is
yeah,
dude, it is
it's a pain in the
ridiculous, bro.
ass.
Yeah, bro, it is insane.
Even for Instagram sometimes, like
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
yeah, I gotta even pay for, advertising. I don't mind it because I understand
yeah,
how it goes, but
yeah.
sometimes it's like, shit, this
I
is not,
know.
what I'm saying, as much
Right.
as I want
Right. Yeah. See, I think
to.
the biggest thing, and like, I agree because I try not to as much, but like sometimes the way I look at it is like, I'll post a reel, right, from a podcast and I'll look at it and be like, damn, it's not doing that good naturally. And I want to get the person's stuff out there. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to promote it because I want to help them and probably
Yeah,
also help me
yeah,
because maybe that'll bring more followers and viewers. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But at the end of the day, it's just because I like to do it. But like it
I
kind of like
feel.
at first when you see it, you're like, fuck, bro, it's not doing as good as I thought. So I don't know, but that's just
Yeah,
how I
man.
look
It's
at it.
just because like I said that's part of that process too. You
Yep,
know what I'm saying? It really
definitely.
is. But effort is going to make it happen. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
It doesn't just
100%.
yeah. But even for me, my recent project, I've been trying to, make shit different too. A lot of the times I don't like I said, I make beats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I prioritize in that. I've been using like, like acapellas from Playboi Carti's
Oh yeah,
songs
yeah.
and placing them on like on my beats and
Hell
stuff,
yeah,
just
that's
like, you
dope.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
basically just trying stuff new, you know what I'm saying? Because that can even help out with, trying to land a placement with other artists
Oh
and stuff.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think a lot of the thing is too is like I think a lot of people like visual stuff. Like I've noticed like on a lot of reels, like on podcasts, in my opinion, like they'll throw little pictures and visuals and shit like that. And I think people like that. I don't know why, but I think it just brings more attention. So I've been trying to work
Yeah,
on that too. So I feel
yeah.
that. Um, so back to the moving around. What do you think your favorite city was that you lived in, and was there any certain city that helped you kind of grow a little bit more than another city did with producing wise, like maybe connections, stuff like that?
Well, it's funny since I've been living here, I've been making more connections.
Mm-hmm.
Just when I was working at Publix, just going up to random people who look like they do music and be like,
Yeah,
you guys need, audio engineer, I do this, that, and tell them the other people I've been working with too. So, I mean, that's been great, but one thing about Atlanta is that it's a lot of people who do music but don't take it
yeah,
as seriously. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So that's the only thing. I would say I love New York, man. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Um, because I actually did start interning there, but it's a
Okay,
very, very competitive, market out there too, surprisingly. And
yeah,
they're very professional, and sometimes things don't go always well. You make one mistake, you out like that. But
yeah,
the thing is you learn from mistakes and the stuff like that. You just keep on pushing from that. You know what I'm saying?
definitely. Um, so outside the music a little bit, I know we talked about you're into sports. What kind of like if you let's say you want to make a beat or make a project or something like that, what do you do if your mind's not clear enough to get it on the paper, put everything together? What do you do to get stuff off your mind?
Yeah,
Sports, anything really?
that's a great question. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be a heavy advocate for smoking, but the
Yeah,
flip
there's
side
a
is that
I feel it. Yeah, I'm
but
not like I don't know why. I've just never been able to get into it. I don't know. It's just something I don't know. I don't drink or smoke. I mean, That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
me though. So,
But
but I
that's
don't
great.
know. Yeah.
And like I said, I used to do that, a lot of the times now where even before the whole new year, you know what I'm saying? Because this just started, but
Right.
I've really been just going out in the parks meditating, you know what I'm
I like
saying?
that. Okay.
Yeah, getting out in nature. I think that really helps out a lot because, you know, you're taking in the scenery, you're taking in its inspiration at the end of the
Definitely.
day. So I think that's definitely a great way to do that. Also for me too, been reading books, you know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Because it takes your mindset to a whole other level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now you're like getting out that slump, you feel motivated, feel
Yep.
confident.
Yep.
So that's what it is, just, making sure that you're in a good headspace
Yep.
for
I like
sure.
that. Definitely, bro. So I got a kind of curious question. So I know we talked about, how it all started. So I want to walk me through like the whole process from beginning to where you are now. Like kind of like if you had any failures, trials, tribulations. Talk to me a little bit about all of it and like
Yeah,
just
man.
the whole thing. I want to hear all. And I know, and adding on to that, I know you said your mom had a lot of musical influence. Do you think if she didn't, would have that, maybe something else happened, or just talk to me a little bit about that?
It's funny. My uncle has a podcast of his own, and he started
Okay.
doing his own, music around his 20s as well. But he was a rapper, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm not trying to just put my family on the pedestal, but he was a great fucking rapper too, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It didn't probably work out as good for him, but things happen.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like I said, I've learned a lot at a young age. I listen to a lot of music I
Definitely. Oh
should
yeah. Right.
have
Right.
younger,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while people were into like Disney and shit like that, I really wasn't, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not saying I was in the streets, but I was really outside, like just having a perspective on what reality is even before I really get in there
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I would say I grew up kind of fast, but I don't mind it because I've learned a lot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've learned a lot. And with that being said, I see how the culture of hip hop has changed so much,
Yeah.
many times. And being in my prime, my 20s and stuff like that, you know, you hear a difference between late 90s, early 2000s songs to now.
And now.
And
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
there's a lot of people who probably say they like this generation better or the new generation is better. I think great music is great music no matter what
Yeah.
generation.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just to make timeless music, great music, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I'm kind of hard on myself sometimes, being
Hmm.
I wouldn't say a perfectionist, but sometimes I do try to perfect my
Try to be
craft.
perfect. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you have to understand too that what you don't like, sometimes somebody else might like. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And
Definitely.
just as in like if you talk about, successes and failures, basically the first two runs is just going to school and graduating. I felt like a great success. But
Okay.
when you come out of that shit, it's like, okay, now you're in the real world
Right.
because
Now
it's
what are
not
you gonna
about,
do?
yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah. It's not about grades and stuff like that. As I said, a lot of the stuff that, I did learn from using consoles and the SSL and stuff like that. That's great.
Yeah.
But who really has like, SSLs and consoles then, what I'm saying, like real equipped shit. So basically
Right.
what I'm saying is networking and being professional is very, very important and key, which is why, I'm saying talent and making music is great, but you also have to do things like this, podcasts,
Yeah.
just get your name out
Definitely.
there and just be professional as you can, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
So,
bro.
but like I said, and speaking of, failures and success, everybody has them.
Oh
So
yeah.
it should
Oh yeah.
be like, a shame to carry those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure.
So like, coming out of SAE, I got an internship right away at Corner Store Studios. Great
Hmm.
studio, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was an errand boy though. I'm not gonna
Right.
lie. Starting off you have to pay your dues, and I understood that. What I didn't really like was I was able to do mixing and mastering and stuff like that. And he said it was great, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it's a business at the end of the day. And they let go of me not because I did anything wrong, but they literally told me I just wasn't a good fit. Why I wasn't a
Right.
good fit, I don't know. But like I
Yeah.
said, it made me realize like, it's a business.
Yeah.
People is gonna no matter what, if you do things right at a
You're
job,
still gonna. Yeah. It's still gonna be
yeah,
wrong. Right.
exactly.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, it's up to you to just keep on pushing forward and not to get discouraged from that, but to build from that, you know what I'm saying? And
Definitely.
like I said, I just been blessed to been able to come out here to continue to push myself and grow. And just, I'm not a religious person, but you gotta just rely on God and just trust your
Yeah,
intuition. You know what I'm saying?
definitely, bro.
Definitely for that.
Definitely.
And like I
I
said,
like
man,
that.
so, yeah, man, it's
Eh,
just keep on pushing for anybody
Yeah,
watching. You got to, bro.
yeah,
Gotta believe in yourself. Got
yeah.
to.
Got to, bro. I respect that a lot. So I'm gonna go back to what you said. I don't. I kind of want to get your perspective on it. There's a lot of different things going on in the music industry. What's your perspective on where it's going now? Do you think it's going in a good direction? Do you think there's some bad, some not good? Talk to me a little bit about it. Like I said, there's all kinds of different opinions.
Yeah.
People prefer the old music, new music, middle. What do you think about it? And just talk to me a
I
little bit.
do think, I do think there should have been more balance between a lot
Definitely.
of the music. Because you look at different other genres of the music, of just music in period, there's a balance. Like, country and blues and
Yeah.
regular rock and roll and metal and stuff like
Yep.
that. And if you look at, hip hop, there really isn't no balance. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look in the 90s and stuff like that, you know, there was like conscious rap, and then we
Oh yeah.
just had a whole bunch of gangsta hip hop and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I love both, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And there's nothing wrong with both, but
Yeah.
there wasn't like, I wouldn't say like a balance between those two, you know what I'm saying? And at
Definitely.
the end of the day, it is what people pick. But I believe as a full round, artist, a full just, great artist, you should be able to do both, you know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? And even as a producer, I try to, because it gets tiring after a while
It
doing the same
does.
stuff all the
It
time.
does.
So,
It does.
that's what makes you a great artist is coming outside the box and thinking, what would be dope and stuff like that. And a lot of times it might not sound good, but
Right.
at the end of the day, you're trying your best, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you have to be, like I said, confident within yourself to know what's dope and know what's
Yep.
not.
Yep.
But as far as like, if
I
it's
know
going
that's
to,
a tricky question. I don't. It's
yeah,
like, damn. Like, I don't know.
um, everyone has different music tastes. For me personally, what I think it is going in the right direction. I actually see more balance coming back to life,
Right.
you know,
Right. Right.
because we have different artists. Like you got the Opium, the Ken Carson, the Playboy Cardis, stuff like
Yep.
that. I think it's great music. And then you have other people like West Side Gun and like BSFR and stuff like that. And that's great too, you know what I'm saying? And then you have other music that's like very underground, such as like trying to think of some artists too.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
very
There's all kinds of underground artists. I'm
yeah,
trying to think.
man.
Um.
I think like
Just from.
Navy Blue too, just like good
Yeah.
conscious rap and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah.
That's what I see. I see a lot more balance because I think the thing is too, a lot of more people are going independent, which is
Yeah.
great. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
do recommend that.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah, man.
So in the beginning, you said, how talk to me a little bit about your writing and your actual rapping part of what you do. Are you trying to expand that? Are you trying to do more with that? Are you going to try to stick to producing more, or what's up with that?
It's funny. I actually made a post on my story. As of now, I wanna just continue to focus on my producing audio engineering, mainly because you gotta balance
Yeah,
everything,
you
man.
do, bro. You do.
Doing everything at one time,
Yeah,
sometimes
it's
one thing
yeah.
is gonna come out sloppy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
with that being said, y'all, I do have an EP coming out dropping
Hell yeah.
January 17th for my birthday.
Yeah.
But that's probably gonna be the last one for a good minute. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm probably gonna get into like really just dropping like, beat mixtapes, you know what I'm saying, on my
Definitely.
Spotify and stuff like that. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
man.
bro. That's dope. So we were speaking, and I want to ask you this. This might be a tricky one. You got three artists, okay? Three of your favorite artists all time. You can sit down with each three of them for 1 hour. Who's it gonna be, and what are you gonna ask them? Like, what are you gonna pick their brain about? Just give me all of it. What are you gonna
That's
ask
a
them?
great
Who is
question.
it? Yeah.
As a audio engineer and producer and rapper too who do the fact that I gotta go with these three guys because they've been killing it and still killing it. I gotta go with Kanye West,
Okay.
I gotta go with Dr. Dre,
Yep.
and then for my third one is a hard one. That's a hard one. Oh man, who would be that third one?
We can come back to it. If you got two, we can talk about the two, and then if you want to come back to the third one.
I gotta go. All right, so the reason why I would say Kanye West because he's basically the blueprint of what a lot of producers and audio engineers want to be. He does his beats, he raps his own, stuff like that. Maybe not always he writes his own stuff, but
Right.
you know, he's very successful at what he does.
Definitely.
Do I agree with everything he does? Hell no.
Right, right.
Hell no.
Kanye West is,
But
he's
yeah,
a,
you know what I'm
outside of
saying?
music, that man's everywhere right now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I feel it.
But you got to give respect where respect is due. And I think people forget that because although people change and not the same person, the way he came in this game was basically through grit and grind, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
definitely.
It was shit wasn't easy.
Right.
And that's what you gotta respect, the fact that no matter what, you gotta continue to believe in yourself and do what you gotta do. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? That's a fact. And then
Definitely.
just the fact like his sound too, he brought
Yeah,
a
it
whole new
is.
sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it is natural. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It
and
is. Yeah.
from chopping up soulful tracks, kind of like sounding like Jay Dilla in a way, to
Yeah.
like using Daft Punk on like
Definitely.
graduation and stuff,
Yeah.
the 808s and heartbreaks to Yeezus. Like this man evolved a lot,
Yeah.
in the music
Definitely.
game. And then yeah, so definitely him and then Dr. Dre because he basically did the same thing,
Yeah.
with Death Row. He put Death Row. It's funny, I got this on
Yeah.
my shirt. He put
Right.
Death Row Records on
It's
the map,
great.
man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? From I understand he had NWA, but his production, his sound, man, he knows what artists to put inside the same booth. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, bro.
Finding great artists too, such as Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's another thing I'm trying to do is just you know help each other. You know what I'm saying? If you find someone that's good or dope, supposed to work with them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
That's a
Definitely.
fact. And then just like his sound too, you know what I'm saying? Just having good punch 808s and just great sound, you know what I'm saying? The
Oh
West
yeah.
Coast sound, he brought something to the table that nobody else did. You
Thanks.
know what I'm saying?
Definitely, bro.
And then man, that third one is hard because
I know, but we
you
can
know
come back
what?
to it.
I'm thinking between either, for me, I'm thinking between either Timbaland or Metro Boomin. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Yeah. And
I like both. So whatever you
yeah.
shit. I mean, take both of them. Take both of them. Sit down
Yeah,
with them for
I
an
would
hour.
yeah, I would say both of them just because although they both have different sounds, but it's timeless music when you think about it.
Oh
Especially
yeah.
Timberlake is the stuff he did with Missy and stuff like that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
great. You know what
Thanks.
I'm saying?
Definitely,
And
bro.
then the fact that Metro Boomin, he don't need to do no rapping in order to
Uh,
make a platinum album. That's
yeah.
you gotta
Yeah. That's
respect.
right. Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
That's crazy, but
I
I like
know, I
that, bro.
know.
I like that. Okay, I got a couple more before I wrap this up. So this one I want to ask, where with the new year coming around, where do you want to see yourself improve on? Like, it can be in yourself as a person or producing, anything like that. What do you really want to see yourself work on and improve within the new year?
Um, just basically, I just want to establish my name out there more. You know what I'm saying? Just continue to do things like this and just stay consistent. I mean, the thing is too, not even just staying consistent because you can do the same thing, you still beating a dead horse. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
But trying out new things and stuff like that as well. So I think that's a great thing to do. To try
Definitely,
new
bro.
things out to establish yourself.
Definitely. All right. So the last one before we wrap this up, I want to ask, what would be your best advice? And it doesn't have to be, musicians or anything like that. Your best advice is someone trying to reach a goal or a dream. Like what would you tell them to not give up? What would be your best advice?
My best advice is to continue to believe in yourself no matter whatever anybody else tells you. And I mean that, man, because you're the only one who manifests your future, bro. You
Facts,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? It's not, I know it sounds so cliche about keep on trying, believe in yourself. No, you have to fucking do it
Right.
because if no
Yeah.
one else, if you don't do it, no one else is gonna do it for you,
Yep.
bro. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So continue to just stay focused on your dream. If you know what you want to do that shit, bro.
Yep.
Don't let nobody stop you.
Thanks, bro. That's love, man. The stage is yours. Listen, bro, I appreciate it. I had a great time. I'm glad we finally got to do it. Like I said, I apologize. Everything's been going and fucking it's crazy, bro.
I get it,
But
man.
yeah, the stage is yours. If you want to shout out, I know you said you got an EP dropping January 7th, so plug
Yeah,
that,
January
plug any
17th.
homies.
Mhm.
Stage is yours, bro.
Got you. So yeah, man, if y'all want to tap in, January 17th is when I'm dropping my new EP called Pain. Also still making beats on YouTube. Check my Instagram. That's
Yeah.
at, let me get it for y'all real quick. That
Yeah,
is
go ahead, pull it. I'll put all the links below too, so you can plug it.
at
And
where so it's at King underscore Kai underscore the GOAT, man. And I
yep,
do everything from mixing and mastering to producing. I got 3 websites up too. I got my
hell yeah,
BeatStars, AirBit, and beats.com if y'all need, some heat. So
hell
just
yeah,
let
bro.
me know, man, or email me. And like I
Hit the
said,
man up. Hit the man up. You got it.
facts, man. Facts,
Yep,
man. I work with other artists as well. I mean, I do it all, bro. And I
yep.
graduated just trying to get my name out. And I
Hell yeah,
appreciate
bro.
this man right here
Definitely, bro. You
giving
know
me
it.
the opportunity. You know what I'm
Definitely,
saying?
bro. I
So,
appreciate I appreciate you. And like if you got any homies, friends or anything that you got connections with, tell them to hit me up. I'm looking for anybody. I'm trying to keep it
absolutely.
going. I mean, I'm going season by season. I don't know if I'm gonna keep. I think I got a couple more. Like I'm gonna drop your episode, and I got one that I did a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna drop both of them this weekend. So like I'm gonna.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I want to end it on, if I want to do 10 episodes like I did last season or keep it. I don't know. I'm all over the place, but I'll get it. I'll get it.
I feel it,
But
man.
definitely. But I appreciate your time, bro. Really. It was dope. You're a cool ass person and you got a lot of talent, bro. I can see it.
Thank
I
you,
can
bro.
see it in your heart, bro. You got the mindset. So I respect that.
Appreciate it.
Definitely, bro. Guys, this was LarriWhyte Podcast. We had King Kai on here. Check him out. Links will be down below. Season 2, LarriWhyte. Peace.
Peace, man.